Alright boys and girls, I hope you're all having a lovely day, okay? Today boys, I thought we would talk about the Nintendo Switch, okay? I've been playing the Nintendo Switch quite a bit lately. I recently picked up this game that I've just been absolutely loving, okay? Some of you guys are probably gonna guess what it is, and I promise you've got it wrong. You couldn't guess what the game possibly is. It's not Zelda. But yeah, whilst I was playing that game, I was literally just thinking, like, this is one of my favorite games on the Switch, okay? And then it got me thinking, like, what are my favorite games on the Switch? Because I've had this system for about 2 years now. I didn't get it when it first released, okay? I wasn't exactly sold on it, but, you know, after a while, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the Nintendo Switch, and I immediately loved it. So yeah, obviously, I've played plenty of games on the Nintendo Switch, and yeah, I just wanted to make this video on my 10 favorite games on the Nintendo Switch, okay? This is strictly my opinion, okay? And some of you guys are not going to agree with my choices. But yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' favorite, like, Nintendo Switch games in the comments, okay? So let me know, what are some of your favorite Nintendo Switch games? And also, let's just a quick disclaimer before we jump into it. This is not, like, all Nintendo exclusive games. There are games you can get on PlayStation and Xbox. There are definitely some Nintendo exclusives, but yeah, not all 10 of these games are exclusive to Nintendo Switch. Okay then boys, without further ado, let's jump into it, okay? And we're going to start things off with a game called Captain Toad. Now, I remember when I picked this game up, lads, I didn't really know what to expect, okay? I wasn't really expecting it to be like a fucking amazing game. I was just expecting it to be a bit of fun. But yeah, this game was way better than I could have possibly imagined, okay? I really loved Captain Toad, okay? I remember playing this game for hours and hours and hours and just loving it. You play as this like little mushroom dude and you collect stars, and that's literally the whole game.
That's it! This is the best game ever!
It sounds super simple, and it is, to be fair, it is a simple game, but it's way more fun than it sounds. And yeah, you basically just have to solve these pretty light puzzles, okay? I mean, they're pretty simple puzzles, they're not too complex. And again, the game is fairly simple, okay? It's, again, not too complex, okay? But that's what I liked about it, you know? I could just sit there and chill with this game, okay? I didn't have to sweat my balls off when I was playing it. It wasn't like I was playing, like, friggin' Elden Ring or something, you know? Like, where I'm, like, really intense in it. Like, I could just chill and play this game. But, like, if you're having a bit of a stressful day, lads, honestly, there's not too many better games you could ask for than Captain Toad, okay? Because it's the most chill game ever. It's got that funky, like, Mario type music in it. Yeah, it's just a fun game, boys. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's obviously not the craziest game ever made, but it is super fun, and I really enjoyed it. I nearly 100% completed it. I went for 100% completion, but I got stuck right on the final level for 100% completion. It was super difficult. I don't know why this level was so hard, especially when you think about the fact that this is a kid's game, okay? So I don't know what was going on with that last level, but aside from that, this game was so good. Okay then, boys, next up on the list, okay, is going to be Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, okay? Now, I had never played a Donkey Kong game before this. This was my first ever Donkey Kong game, so I didn't really know what to expect, you know, with a Donkey Kong game. I just looked at it and thought, well, it's just going to be Mario, but with a gorilla.
Yeah.
But the differences between Donkey Kong and, like, 2D Mario games is this is hard, alright? This is brutal hard, okay? If you play, like, I don't know, New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, I mean, that shit is easy. But this motherfucker right here, boys, was kicking my ass, okay? I raged a lot when I played this game. I did not expect it to be nearly as difficult as it was, okay? I mean, some of the bosses in this game, they took me, like, a while. And God forbid you go for 100% completion with this game, boys. I didn't even try it because I realized, okay, that's gonna kill me if I go for 100% completion. But yeah, despite it being really difficult, lads, I really enjoyed that, okay? I mean, I don't mind a little bit of challenge anyway, so it was kind of welcome here. But yeah, this game was hard, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, okay? The soundtrack to this game just absolutely slaps. The different worlds you explore are great. The bosses, like I said, are hard, but really good. You also got some great power-ups in this game, okay? Like, the way it works is you, like, throw these buckets, and then you'll get someone on your back, okay? And they all have different power-ups. So you'll have, like, the granddad monkey, and he'll, like, make you do pogo sticks. I'm describing this so badly. Yeah, honestly, lads, it's just a super fun 2D platformer, okay? It looks fantastic. The soundtrack's absolutely banging, okay? The different little worlds you explore are great. It's just really fun time, and I would thoroughly recommend Donkey Kong if you haven't played it. Okay then, boys, next up on our list, okay, is going to be Bayonetta 2, okay? Now, I was really pumped to play this game, okay, because I did very much enjoy the first Bayonetta. I remember playing it back on the PS3 a long time ago, okay? I remember really enjoying it, and so yeah, I was super excited to check out Bayonetta 2 when I did finally get the Switch. It was one of the reasons I wanted the Switch, was to play this game. Yeah, honestly, lads, this would, like, surpass my expectations, like, tenfold, okay? I knew it was going to be good, but I loved this game so much, okay? I like it a lot more than the first one, and the first one is really good.
This is brilliant. But I like this.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what Bayonetta is, lads, it's basically like a hack and slash. If you've ever played like Devil May Cry, it's pretty much Devil May Cry gameplay. The difference is you play as a super sexy witch, so I mean, what's not to love about that? Yeah, it's just got a really deep combat system, lads. If you enjoy your like combo type games, and Bayonetta is just gonna be all, you know, you're gonna be all over Bayonetta, okay? Because the combos in this game are incredible. It's definitely one of the better visual experiences on the Switch, okay? I mean, the colors in this game are incredible, and it looks really good on the Switch, especially in handheld mode. Like, this game graphically is actually pretty decent. Yeah, other than that, lads, the story to this game game is great. I really enjoyed the story. The characters in this game are fantastic. I love the characters in the Bayonetta series. And yeah, it was just an overall super fun game. Really good combat system. Really enjoyable gameplay. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this game, lads. And I remember, I think I actually beat it in like 2 or 3 days. Like, I would just sat there for hours straight playing it because it was so fun. I definitely want to replay this one. I also need to play the third one. I've yet to play that one, but I will definitely be getting that soon and playing it because I'm sure it is at least as good as this one. If it's even half as good as Bayonetta 2, I'm sure it's incredible. Okay then, boys, next up we got a game that honestly is probably going to go under a lot of radars. I don't reckon too many people know about this game, okay, and that game is going to be HUNTDOwn. Now, the first time I heard about this game, lads, was actually, it was a YouTuber. Now, let me think who it was. It was someone that recommended it. I think it was Radical Reggie. I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure Radical Reggie put this in one of his pickup videos, and he basically described it as like a shooting game version of The Warriors. Now, for those of you who don't know what The Warriors is, lads, it's probably my favorite movie of all time, okay? It's basically, you've got like a whole group of these gangs that are all super unique. Like, you've got the Baseball Furies that all carry baseball bats and have got weird face paint, and you've got the Warriors, obviously. You've got the Riffs, who are all like really martial artsy, and there's like a ton of them. You've got the Turnbulacies, who are all skinheads. The movie is honestly incredible, and I definitely recommend it. But as soon as Radical Reggie said, I think it was Radical Reggie, but as soon as he said that this was like The Warriors, I bought it literally that night. And yeah, this game, lads, is absolutely incredible, okay? I love this game, okay? I was so glad I picked it up. So basically, lads, it's like one of those like retro modern games, you know, it's definitely inspired by retro games. It plays similarly to games like Contra or Metal Slug, you know, it's that kind of shooting game. And yeah, lads, it's just a super fun game, okay? The first thing I want to say, and I've said this about all the games here so far, but the soundtrack to this game is absolutely fantastic.
Just listen to some of this and it'll blow that poppy trash music right out of your head. Wait. Oh man, that's like the best part.
The boss battles in this game as well, lads, are absolutely incredible. Okay, there's some phenomenal and super memorable bosses, and they were hard, but they were awesome. There's a ton of variety when it comes to weapons in this game as well, because you'll find a ton of them on the ground when you kill people and stuff, but you also have your starting weapon, and depending on who you pick as a character, you have a different starting weapon. So like one character has like a pistol, another character, I forget the other gun that they have, but basically got different weapons depending on who you choose as a character. Yeah, the reason this game was compared to The Warriors is basically you take out different gangs. Like, you're like a bounty hunter, and your job is to take out each different gang. And the different gangs are definitely inspired by The Warriors, okay? You could definitely tell they were inspired by that movie. I definitely and thoroughly recommend this game, lads. If you're into like shooting games of like the past, you know, old sort of retro style shooting games, you absolutely need to play HUNTDOwn, okay? Not enough people have played this absolutely underrated gem. Okay then, boys, speaking of underrated, we've got a game that not too many people know about, okay? And that is Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Stop the cap.
All jokes aside, I'm pretty sure there's not a single person on the planet that doesn't know this game by now. But yeah, this game, lads, for me was my first ever Zelda experience. I'd never played any Zelda before this. When I first picked up the Switch, this is one of the games I just knew I had to have, you know, because there's certain games that everyone has to have on their Switch, okay? I think everyone that owns a Switch probably owns this game. So yeah, I picked it up pretty much blindly because I didn't know what to expect with a Zelda game, you know? I had no idea what the hell was gonna happen when I put this game in my Switch. And what I ended up getting, lads, was a phenomenal experience, okay? To say the least, okay? Zelda was breathtaking. It was breathtaking of the wild. That was cringe. But yeah, this game, lads, it just completely blew me away, okay? I mean, it took a couple of weeks of my life away, okay? I just absolutely sweat the shit out of this game. Visually, it's one of the most aesthetically pleasing games ever. Like, graphically, it's not obviously as good as, I don't know, something like Horizon Forbidden West, but just artistically speaking, it looks phenomenal. The gameplay to this game is absolutely fantastic, okay? It's not like one of the most deep combat systems you'll ever play. Like, you know, sword fighting in this game is pretty simple, but the deepness in this game comes from the ways that you can defeat your enemies, okay? Because you can just go in and sword fight and win, and you'll be fine doing that, but there's so many different ways that you can take out enemies in this game. You can get so creative with it. Like, if you've ever watched a YouTube compilation of the different ways you can do things in this game, like, you'll just be amazed at how much stuff you can do in this game. And of course, one of the best aspects with this game is the exploration, okay? I mean, this game might be the best game ever when it just comes to exploring. Like, the game just starts off and it basically just tells you to go and explore, like, and you do that. You go and you look for shrines, and obviously you level up your characters, like health bar and stamina, and you'll just explore this wild and vast world, okay, at your own pace, okay? You'll just be exploring and discovering new shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have played this game anyway, so I don't think I'm surprising anyone with the things I'm saying about this game, but it is an incredible game, and the only reason that it's it's not like much higher on my list, honestly, is probably the story. The story to this game, I won't lie to you guys, I didn't give a flying fuck about. I don't remember a single character in this game other than Link and Zelda. I don't know. It's just not that good when it comes to the story, in my opinion. But other than that, lads, it was an absolutely fantastic game, okay, and I absolutely need to play Tears of the Kingdom, okay. I have yet to play it. I will get it soon. I definitely will play it, and I'm sure it's at least as good as this, if not better. Okay, now that's the next game on our list, okay, is the game that I was actually playing recently, and the reason I'm doing this video, okay, and that game is My Friend Pedro.
Oh, friend!
So I saw this game recently on Games website. I was just scrolling through like recent games that had released, okay, and I saw this and I was like, that's an interesting game, a little banana with some guns, what the hell is that? So I looked up gameplay and I was like, holy shit, this game looks awesome. So I bought it because it was only about 30 quid, which is a pretty reasonable price for a brand new Switch game, okay, and yeah, this game, lads, is amazing. And like I said, while I was playing it, I was like, okay, this is one of my favorite Switch games. I'm really having a good time with it. And fun fact, lads, I actually finished this game in one day, okay. I played it and loved it so much that I finished it pretty much in a sitting. But yeah, how do I describe this game, lads, for those of you who haven't played? I mean, it's a weird one. It's definitely not your usual type of game. Basically, there's this weird banana guy who says he's your friend and his name is Pedro. I mean, the game is called My Friend Pedro, so I'm sure most of you guys guessed that by now. And basically, you just go around and shoot people, and that's the game. You shoot people and there's a banana. But yeah, in all seriousness, lads, where this game is so good is that it's just so stylish and fun and addictive. I don't even know how to describe like why I love the gameplay so much. It's actually probably easier I just show you some gameplay and you'll see why this game is fun.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So yeah, this game, lads, is just, it's just so incredibly fun, okay? It's really, really addictive. Like, you can literally just play it for hours and you just lose track of time. Like, I showed my brother this game the other day. I brought my Switch round to his house and I said, you know, check out this game and see if you like it. And he was playing it for like a good half an hour and he didn't even speak to me while he was playing it hardly, you know, because I could see that he was enjoying it so much. Like, he was getting lost in the game. But yeah, it's just one of the most fun, addictive, and replayable games I've played this year, lads. It was such an enjoyable game, and I even started playing it again. I started a new game and I started a second playthrough of it already because I was enjoying it. It was such a good game, and it's the reason I wanted to make this video, because I enjoyed it so much. Okay then, boys, next up we have another fun and addictive shooting game, okay, and that is going to be Hotline Miami Collection, okay. Now I love this game, boys, okay. I have loved this game for a really long time, even before I had my Switch. I remember when I first played this game, it was back on the PS4. It was really cheap digitally, and I don't usually buy digital games, but it was so cheap and I'd always heard good things about it, so I thought I'd buy it. I remember playing through the first one and just absolutely adoring it, okay. It was super hard, but I was like super on board with it. It was just so addictive and fun. I remember when I very first picked up my PS Vita, okay, and I was going through the PlayStation store and having a look what games were on there, and one of the first games I saw was Hotline Miami 1, and I was like, okay, I'm downloading that, and I also downloaded the second one. And I remember when this game got announced physically, okay, and I saw that it had a Switch copy, and I'd only recently picked up a Switch, so I thought I'm gonna get it physically for the Switch, and I just played through the first and second games again. Like, I'd already played them like multiple times, but I played them again because I loved them so much. And if I was to describe this game, like, in terms of what it is, it's a weird game, lads, okay. It's definitely not your usual type of game. But if I could summarize the gameplay, it's basically you walk into a room with like guns and you just have to kill everyone in the room, basically.
Wow. But it's a lucky thing I had my pieces.
Your pieces?
My gun.
Oh.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Wow.
And yeah, the reason I love this game, lads, is pretty much the same reasons I love My Friend Pedro. It's just super fun, super addictive. It's incredibly replayable, and that's evidenced by the fact that I've played this game like 4 or 5 times. I will say I definitely prefer the first one of the collection, okay? The second one's good, but I often find that I prefer the first one. And it's also topped off with a really good story, okay? The story to this game is super weird, but it is fantastic. And I also forgot to mention, lads, the soundtrack to this game. It absolutely slaps, okay? I use the soundtrack to this game in my videos quite a lot, and that is on the FIFA channel, okay? I use some of the songs for like my intros sometimes. So yeah, somehow, lads, if you've not played the Hotline Miami games, you absolutely need to, okay? They are amazing. Okay then, boys, we are on to the big boys, okay? The top 3 Switch games in my opinion, okay? And we're gonna kick things off with a game called Ghostrunner. Now, if you guys watched my PlayStation Showcase video, you already know how much I love this game, okay? And this was one of the reasons, if not the reason, I actually bought a Switch. When this game first released, okay, I remember seeing gameplay of it, and I was like, oh my god, I need this game in my life. Like, it looked incredible. Like, to me, it looked like Hotline Miami and Mirror's Edge, which are 2 of my my favorite games, and it looked like they just had a baby and made this. So I knew I needed to play it, lads, but unfortunately it was only digital released, okay? It did not have a physical at the time, and you guys know that I like my physical games. So yeah, I held out on this game, lads, in hope that it would get a physical release, and finally it had been announced that it was going to get a physical, but it was only going to be for the Switch. It wasn't for anything else at the time, only the Switch. And at the time I was on the fence about buying a Switch because there were a couple of games I wanted to get for it, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to, you know, to bite the bullet and buy a Switch. But when this game got that physical announcement for the Switch, I was like, okay, I'm definitely buying a Switch now. So I ordered my Switch, lads, and I pre-ordered this game, okay, and I got to playing it, and holy shit, I was in love with this game straight away. So in terms of the gameplay, lads, what is this game, okay? Because some of you guys, I mean, quite a few of you guys have probably never even heard of this game, let alone played it. So basically, lads, it's like a parkour game, but with killing people. That's why I described this game as Mirror's Edge and Hotline Miami. Like, all the kills you get in this game are one-hit kills, similar to Hotline Miami, and then the parkour system is pretty much Mirror's Edge's parkour system. I think it's better in this game than it is in Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge does have a fantastic parkour system, but in this game, it just feels faster and more fluent. And again, similar to Hotline Miami and My Friend Pedro, it's just one of the most addictive and replayable games. I mean, that's a recurring theme with my Switch. That's how I like my Switch games. Like, I always play my Switch in handheld mode, lads. I very rarely play it on the TV, and I like to just sit there and chill with a game for an hour and just play a fun game. And that is Ghostrunner in a nutshell, boys. It's just so fun. It's really, really enjoyable. I've already beaten it like a couple of times, and honestly, I could easily play it for a third time. I might even fucking start playing it a third time. Who knows? Okay, then, boys, over to number 2 spot, okay, and we have got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remake. Now, you guys know how it goes by now, okay? We've got to talk about a Tony Hawk's game in a McjellGames second channel video. Like, I always got to talk about a Tony Hawk's game.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
When this game got a Switch release, okay, I knew I had to have it, okay, because I needed to play this game portably. I'd already played it a shit ton on my PS4, okay, I'd already beaten it like 3 times on the PS4, I just adored it so much, but that did not stop me from picking up this game and playing it again on the Switch, okay, and it runs really well on a Switch, at least in handheld mode. I've never played this game on a TV, so I've no idea how it holds up visually in that sense, but on the handheld mode, it looks fantastic. And yeah, other than that, lads, I mean, it's a Tony Hawk's game, you know how it goes by now, it's just fun, Tony Hawk's games are fun. It's my favorite franchise ever. I play the Tony Hawk's games pretty more than any other series, okay? I replayed them on a constant basis. Tony Hawk's is just a massive part of my childhood, and yeah, this is just a remake of the first 2 games, and it's a fantastic remake. One of the best remakes ever, in my opinion. The soundtrack of this game absolutely slaps, okay? You've obviously got all the original tracks from the original games, and you've got a load of new tracks, and most of them are really good. And yeah, it's just great fun, lads. It's just classic Tony Hawk's. If you've ever played a Tony Hawk's game, it just plays like any other Tony Hawk's game, and it's just super fun, super enjoyable, super replayable, like most of these games here. Yeah, if you somehow have not played it, lads, then obviously play it. It's absolutely amazing, and it works really well on the Switch. Okay, then, lads, we're on to the number 1 pick, okay? What is my favorite Switch game of all time? That game, lads, and I'm sure most of you can probably guess it, is Mario Odyssey. This game, lads, made me a big Mario fan, okay? Before this game, I liked Mario games. I played a few, and they were fun, but this game, like, it just really leveled up my love for Mario. Obviously, when I got my Switch, this is one of the games that I knew I had to have. Again, like Breath of the Wild, it was just one of those games that really every Switch owner probably owns. And obviously I was expecting it to be fun, but I was thinking, well, it's a Mario game, like how fun can it possibly be? But I was overwhelmed by how amazingly fun this game could possibly be, lads. Like, it was way more fun than I could have possibly imagined. And this was the first ever Switch game, lads, that I actually finished, okay? I think I beat it in like 2 days because I could not stop playing it, boys. I just immediately fell in love with it. I just completely blown away by how incredible it was. I remember when I finished this game, I ended up just going and buying a load of Mario games, and then I started playing through all of the Mario 3D games. Like, I played through Mario Galaxy, Mario Sunshine, which is another one I absolutely love. I played through Mario 64, and all of those games are great, lads, but none of them compare to Mario Odyssey. Like, Mario Odyssey is just it's easily the best Mario game.
I'm such a goat. Oh my god.
So let's just dive into it then. Why is this Mario game so good? What makes this game so good? Okay, I want to start off with the power-ups in this game, because the power-ups are fantastic. So the way power-ups work in this game, lads, is that you basically turn into different things, okay? And there's so many different and wild things you can turn into. You could turn into a fork in this game, alright? If you ever wanted to play as a fork, you can do it. You can turn into a T-Rex, you can turn into a bullet, like, you can turn into all this crazy shit. Like, honestly, your wildest imagination could not comprehend how many things you can turn into. And the other reason this is one of the best Mario games, lads, is the different kingdoms that you explore, okay? I mean, it's got some of the best kingdoms in all of Mario games. The 2 kingdoms that stand out to me the most, lads, would obviously Luncheon Kingdom. Luncheon Kingdom was incredible. It's like basically this big, like, food area, like, everything is revolving around food. And then, of course, that's Metro Kingdom is just one of the most incredible levels in all of gaming. So yeah, if you somehow have not played Mario Odyssey, lads, then you absolutely need to play it. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have played this game, but yeah, if you somehow haven't played it, it is honestly one of the best games ever. Okay then, boys, that is my top 10 favorite Switch games of all time. Okay, I honestly love the Switch. Okay, and there's a lot more games that I love on the console. But yeah, let me know in the comments, boys, what are some of your favorite Switch games? Okay, what games should I have included in this top 10 list? Just let me know some games that I should be checking out, because obviously I haven't played every Switch game, so there'll be tons that you guys have played that I have never played. Other than that, boys, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one.